Hi and welcome to my channel. So this is called Cloud Solo Diaries, and today I wanted to talk about more of like a euphemism, or what's it called, to starting a new channel, starting a new hobby, and the imperfections and perfectionism, and yeah, so we can dive right into it. So I have made this set. I'm really proud of it. It's not much, but I think it's cute. Also, if you know where my accent is from, please tell it in the comments, and the first person who guesses it will get a like. That's that's only interaction memento that I'll give. But either way, let's get into it. So I am just starting with SoloRPGs. So this channel will be about SoloRPGs, zines, and journaling. So with journaling, I have some experience with, and with SoloRPG, I just started. I'm fairly new, and with zines, I'm pretty much very new. I do have zine-sized SoloRPGs, but I don't have much experience. But either way, with SoloRPGs, I have no experience with D&D or tabletop RPGs in general, and I'm going headfirst, and sometimes it's a bit overwhelming. So often people will recommend you like Iron Soul, and I think it might be easy, but with no experience, it gets a little overwhelming for me, and that's just a me problem, not the game at all, and that's okay. And I will. I am already hearing the people who are saying collectively, you don't need to know D&D in order to know SoloRPG. And that's correct. But I am a bit what's the nicest way to give a more I don't want to be self-deprecating or negative about myself, but I am it takes a little bit of time to understand things, and it to me sometimes it's a different language, but it's not me to whine about the mechanics of the hobby that I'm interested in. No, it's more like talking about how can I make this into something that I want to do, make it more enjoyable, and to make it more fun to learn the rules as I go on. So, yeah, I'm very excited. So let's just see. So I have here. I'm very excited about this. I have not played this yet. I have just printed it out. Oh, you're supposed to be here. And this is called Stravagante. And this is just one game. They have their own, item inventory. My apologies for my everything that comes out of my mouth. Either way, they have prompts, they have the setting. Look at this. It's in black and white, but that's only what my printer can do. You know, even my printer's trying its best. And I am very amazed by the design alone, because this is very, very black and white friendly. And the reason I'm saying this is like, let me see, like here, you know. So this is basically highlighted, but my printer can differentiate the numbers and the highlights. And often when people are creating in color first and don't think about the values of the colors, they will, it's very difficult to see it when I'm printing something. So I'll give another example. Like this is supposed to be blue, and it's a very beautiful picture in theory when you're not having a printer that's only doing black and white. And I'm very curious to play this. I'm very excited. But you see here it's black, but the white is very popping. So here they have have accounted for black and white because that's the original. So either way, I'm just yapping, but you can see how excited I am. And it's not just the design, but I'm very curious on diving into this world. And I'm very curious on the characters they've created, the type of characters. You can tell they were really thinking about it. And I can tell, based on vibes, that it's inspired by D&D in some way or the other. But they have, like races, they have made it into a few categories. So, for example, you have, let's see, a littlekin, and it's just a collective of small creatures, gnomes, fairies, bugs, mice, and I think it's very cute, and it gives me more ideas of what I can add to that, or just use what they are giving to me. Either way, so my point is, where I'm a bit having trouble is, so this is the rule book, and like most SoloRPGs, let me see, let me open this little box. So I'm currently playing this. It's called Dungeon Hero, and they have several books, several little booklets where you can have a short session, and I am having a little bit of difficulty, but I'm still having fun. But I still have to figure out the rules a bit. But as I went on, it's like, oh, this is cool. And then I'm like, oh, so this is what you're supposed to do. But either way, so I think this is a great example with Stavagante, is that you have player characters, PCs, you have stats, you have EPs, you have wit, that's wisdom, lore, and awareness. You have dexterity, you have stats, and that's great and all. And this is not criticism at all. I'm very happy how clear this is. And then at the same time, in general, not necessarily for this, it's a lot of numbers for me. And with a lot of numbers, that's not the reason why I'm playing SoloRPG. For me, it's more of the story, and in a way, this is just a small part of the entire story, And if I had a DM, they can do all those things, and I don't even need to think about it. I'm not sure how it works because I never played D&D, but yeah, you can maybe you can tell, but either way, with this and with SoloRPG in general, sometimes I just want to. I don't mind having a challenge, by the way. So this is something that I need to be clear of, because when people are telling you, like, it's okay to change it up or make it a little bit easier for yourself, but you still need to challenge yourself a bit more in order to not get bored. And that's extremely valid, and I encourage that as well. In my case, I am more of a perfectionist, so I either have to. So how does perfectionist is a buzzword, at this point, and in my case, it's like when I dive into something, I need to read and read until I understand everything perfectly in my mind, and I need to play it in my mind, even though I don't understand it, I don't know what I'm doing. But unless I am satisfied in my mind, then I can even dare to look at it to have my first attempt to playing it. And that's not fun for me. I don't want to indulge my brain. And instead, I want to indulge my brain in something that I know it will enjoy itself as well. Because my goal is to have a little bit of an offline activity that doesn't have screens. And I love stories. I'm not a writer. I do like writing stories for myself, but I like stories. I like reading stories. I like to dive in, and that's why journaling RPGs are more something for me. And that's something that it feels almost daring to say sometimes, because it's more, maybe it's my algorithm, but when I look for SoloRPG, a lot of players who often have a background of D&D, and they will have their preference. They say it ahead of time. I don't like journaling. They keep saying they don't like journaling, and they will also, when they do use solo PGs that are focused on journaling, they will then use a different, how do you call it? A system? Yeah, a system, I think. A different kind of system to bring to their journaling. And that's a way for them to have fun and to challenge themselves. But for me, that's the other way around. I will see SoloRPGs more like a journaling game, and the play times is a bonus. So what I like about journaling SoloRPGs is that it's basically you get a setting, you get a prompt, and then you also have some gameplay where you can use your dice or cards or whatever thing they will recommend you, and you can mod it and change it. Either way, I like that style because I don't mind writing stories for myself, but sometimes it's fun to have a little push, and that they will create a world for you. They will have everything, and they will say, "Good luck, go ahead, make your characters, make up scenarios. We'll just give you a little push, you know." It's like when you teach a kid how to ride a bike, and that little push, and then they can bike on their own, you know. And it's fun. It's low stakes for me, as in it doesn't take much energy for me. So I also have chronic migraines, so thinking is not really my preference. So let me put this on the side. I still want to laminate this. I have printed this out on a colored paper, but it's not made for that. So the ink is getting loose. So I need to laminate this. I have it. I have it ready. I'm a bit lazy though, but I'm too excited with this setup, so I need to film immediately. My point is, I have made my point. Let's just give it a sample. Sometimes you can have 10 teachers, and that one little teacher has the same words as the rest, but it's just different enough that it will grab you, you know? And that's the same for me. So sometimes I will explain more often. So I will draw an apple. This, okay, this my little pen is square, so bear with me. Wait, I have a strict rule. My hands are very low in HP. So what I need to do is wrap it. Then, so I have a bit of an interest in art, but you wouldn't be able to tell that. But I have picked some things up. So you have apple. You have here will the sun be. So the light will shine on the apple, and the light will bounce. Dus you have the light, and it will bounce, whoop whoop, and then you have the shadow here, and you have a bit of a thick shadow and more of a less concentrated shadow, and a bit of a shadow maybe here because it's 3D, maybe a bit here, I'm not sure. I'm still having doubts, and I am. So let's try something else. So now I'm drawing an apple. Look at my boy. Look at this apple. And the whoop, and the whoop. Look at this boy. I'm very proud of this boy. So you have two types of styles, and to me, in my brain, I have been teaching myself how to draw for a while, and as a result, I made some paintings, but what I really enjoyed was to have my own interpretations and not think too much and let go a bit loose. And you can tell from my attitude in both of these drawings how much more energy I have. Maybe you don't, so I'm telling you now, but my heart flutters. I'm not sure how to say it, but I have. You can't see it, but I am having a smile when I see this. It's like this is my baby. I'm very proud of this little boy. Beefy, it's never skip a leg day. You can tell I'm already ready to make a story for this little homie. I will call him John. Very generic, but he has potential. This apple, fancy apple, bouncy light, ooh, and it's all fine. This is a neutral zone. This is a neutral. You know what? I'm a bit biased. I have a favorite. So let's keep him here. Welcome, John. Huh. I thought it was difficult to use this, but I like it. I want to make a fun experience for myself. And when I do this, this is the rule book, I can put it away. And I will use the prompts. Or I can use a different mechanic. I can make up my own mechanic. I can do whatever I want, and that's something I want to encourage. And I'm aware that this is something that's very common in SoloRPG anyways. So because a lot of people make their own mods, their own interpretations, and it's very fun to explore. And some people need the rules in order to get their push, to have their fun. And for me, I like to have just a little here's your story, setting, and go. And a lot of people need this, and maybe, you know, it's all it's all fun. It's all fine. It's just a game. I like to have something that will put me out of my social media addiction, where it's sometimes difficult to get out of your way to put stuff ready, and you can make it as easy as and as complicated as you want it to be. You can have one suitcase filled with items. You can have, Dungeon Hero. You can this a piece of paper and a pen and dice. I'm not sure which dices you need. I forgot. A few dices and call it a day. And you can make it as how do you pronounce it? Extensive? Either way, you can make it as complicated how you want it to be. And for me, I want to encourage people who are like me. If you aren't like me, don't see anything valuable in this, or you don't need a reminder, that's fine. Maybe other videos will be interesting to you, or you might be curious how I will try to explore this world using my views. But either way, if you are like me, I hope this might be a reminder that it's okay to be enthusiastic about something, and you see the vibes, you understand a little bit, and what I'm recommending is just to what you do understand, to use that, and then as you go along, you can pick something up or reread whenever you are playing it, or you can ask people, or you can watch playthroughs of other people. Maybe not mine. For entertainment it's fine, but for teachable moments might not be that helpful to understand rules. And even if you don't, you can also go the complete other way. You can go to a different rule set, a different system, make your own mods. That's what I really enjoy about SoloRPG, and I really like this community, and that's why I wanted to join in some way or the other. So I hope I'm being a bit clear in what I'm trying to say, because speaking a different language is a challenge, but at the same time, even in my main language, I am not that clear of a person. I'm self-deprecating again. So that's something I'm trying to teach myself to. Don't be negative, but it's all a teachable moment. I can take my time to learn this, or I can take my time to learn it as I go, or just skip all that and just go head first into this world. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope this is interesting, and maybe you're interested to see my perspective in journaling, in zines, and maybe other activities that has my desk. I like to have a little bit of freedom with the things I'm saying, whatever that means. Either way, I love this so much. Look how cute it is. Oh my gosh. Bye. How do you wave on the... Bye.